This is Nkd Smartview. So right about today now, I'll be going into a video, just a simple video. Now before we commence, you should note that this video will be long, and then the reason for this video is as a form of information and as a way to actually approve or disapprove of a particular gameplay. Now in this video today, but before I commence, happy Easter to you all. It's a day of celebration. Enjoy your day. Happy Sunday. Let's proceed. So right about today, I'll be talking about a particular gameplay which most of us know is kind of new in the system because it has not actually existed for quite a while back. So this is the Aviator gaming. Now this particular Aviator, it's a kind of game that if I would say, if you are going in, the first thing you need to do is to move in with two principles. Number one, going with a strategy. Number two, stay low. It's a game that if you are lucky on the long run, you make so much or you lose so much. But the end point is, first of all, you must have a strategy. Don't just bet. And the second point is what? You must make sure that you go in low. If you have 10,000, you can be playing as low as 15 naira, 100 naira. If you have even 100,000, you stay low. Don't be like all these takers. Like, let's watch out. See people staking 7,000, 5,000, 30,000 to 3,000, 190, 3,000 to cash out instantly. But most of the time, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way all the time. So let me try to explain something. As I stated, this particular game exists on this Sportybet platform and also on the M Sport. As you can see, this is Aviator, but it's on the M Sport platform. As you can see right there, it's on the M Sport platform. So it's not just restricted to you playing on Sportybet. You can also do the same on the M Sport platform. Right now, I have funds on the Sportybet. So this Aviator now is actually a type of game that happens to be that what, whenever you make your stake, you wait for this airplane now to start moving. Once the airplane gets to a particular level, it flies off, and when it flies off, its multiplier is ended. Like, it ends. That means whatever you stake at that point is what you get as your returns. Now this airplane starts flying off from a 1 point level. That means your money is at the very first point. Then you what? As it multiplies, you go into making profit. Sometimes it goes as high as 5 times, 4 times, 9 times. This is 30 times. Sometimes it's actually that bad. It does something like 1.10, 1.09, 1.15. And at that particular week, or let's say that particular game period, so many people make losses. But also on the long run, sometimes they do something like this, give a 9 odd win, whereby a 9 times multiplier, a 9 times multiplier, whereby so many people will cash out. So the next thing you can see, them actually give that kind of opportunity for 2, 3 more times, so many people cash out. And the next thing, you get off with your money. Now, there's something I want to show to you guys to make you understand why I said you should stay low. If you are lucky, you can on the long run make so much. Take a look at this. Now this is the top here. Now this is the top winners. Look at this person now. Won 260 odds and cashed out what? 14,400 naira. This person won all the way to 245 odds. What I'm trying to tell you here is that people actually stake and leave their money to keep on multiplying for a long period of time, irrespective of if it should cut or if it should not cut. They just keep on waiting, believing that something will happen. So this is pure luck. In this person's case, it might have ended 259 and then the whole 260 or they got as profit lost. This person took out his profit as a multiplier of 245. You might have stopped at 245, 245.00 and it loses it off. But you can see the log there. The same person also took out at what? 245. He won 7,000. Just so much. But this is where it gets crazy now. This is your multiplier. Today there have been multipliers of up to 509 times, meaning that anybody that put in 1,000 naira should have taken out 500,000. That's how crazy the game can be. That's why on the long run you can make so much. On the long run you can also lose too much. So you stake in as slow as you can. Now of all time, you can see a multiplier of what? 116,000x. 116,000. That means anybody who even put in like 10 naira, as little as 10 naira, would have made up to 1,000,000 naira. But their highest cash out, I believe, is 700,000 or 750 thereabouts. So you can't make up to that. So at the end of the day, there's also a chat platform here where every partaker can get to relate and stuff. Like as you can see people chatting up here. This particular guy said I won a bet of 2k, but it wasn't added to my account. It was saying the Aviator flew away. After I click, it's a lie. I know, just as it happens, you can't always get it all. Because one of the thing about this gameplay is the fact that you have to follow it up and make sure that you don't go out. Now explaining this, there's also a way whereby you can bet and you take out your profit automatically. Let's go on that. Now let's say I want my auto cash out at 1.10. I make my bet. You can also auto bet. Once it gets to 1.10 now, I've automatically cashed out. If I wanted to keep on getting to that point, 1.10, 1.10, 1.10, I keep on cashing out. It's very good. Now let this particular end. Now let me just show you something. Now you might ask yourself that this kind of game that has just so many good odds, you can see this 1.44, 1.28, 1.20, 4.5.3 point, 1.09 and so on. Why shouldn't I just do this now? I just bet. Watch this. Once I just make my bet now, once the plane comes out, immediately I cash out. Now you can see I've made 32 naira here. Now let me try to stake it at 100 so you understand it more. Do you understand where I'm going? You might just be like, okay, why don't I just stake in large? Then once the plane starts up, after all, you can see that the whole thing is going positive. Now watch this. I just take out my profit. Okay, sorry, I was not able to stake that in. I wasn't able to stake that in. Now let's go with the next game. Now watch this. I just staked in. Now the game is about to begin. I keep on looking at the screen and it immediately starts off. You can see what happened right now. The plane flew away immediately. That means even if you want to say you want to use that technique, it might not work all the time. Sometimes you put in money and what do you see? It doesn't go out. Sometimes you can see this again. The same thing happened, the plane took off. So not all the time will that work for you. So you also have to avoid that. Now at the very best, you can see something like this. Let's get over to my screenshot. Look at a 1 times multiplier here, a 1 times multiplier here, 1 times multiplier here. That should show you that even if you decide that what you want to go in for a 1.02, it's not even possible. Let's say you are believing that 1.03 is the least that can come out because the plane must fly. Most of the time the plane won't fly. It will not fly at all. Look at this. This is a 1 times multiplier, 1 times multiplier, 1 times multiplier. The most painful part of this game is the fact that they lie about what? Something that is called the provably fair settings. Now, reading this, they said this game uses provably fair technology to determine game result. This tool gives you ability to change your seed and check fairness of the game. Now, what they are trying to tell you here is that this particular game now, Sportybet does not control it. It's actually controlled by 3 factors. Number 1 factor is this client seed, then the number 2 factor is the player seed. Now what they do here is that they tell you that before a game comes out now, they will use the client seed and what the better seed to get the amount of multipliers that are in this game, telling you that okay, now let's say the client seed is multiplier of 1, then the better seed, 2 betters, 2 people, they randomly pick out 2 people according to them. What they do is that they take out the 2 people now, then they use the calculations from the 3 of the result and then what, get how many multipliers. But that in this game with statistics, with analysis, with everything, it's a lie. They don't do such. They don't do such. There is a place where that is stated, but I'm not able to get that now. Okay, let's get over to the game limit. Now the minimum bet here is 30 naira, maximum bet 250,000, maximum win is 750,000 naira. Now the game rules is rather simple, how to play this and that. Let's read this. But remember, if you did not have time to cash out before the lucky plane flies away, your bet will be lost. Aviator is pure excitement. Risks and win, it's all in your hands. More detail. The win multiplier starts at 1x and grows more and more as the plane takes off. Your winnings are calculated at the multiplier at which you made a cash out, multiplied by your bet. Before you start each round, our probably fair random number generator, did you get that? Generates the multiplier at which the lucky plane will fly away. You can check the honesty of the generation by clicking on this icon. On each and every bet you get it. Opposite the result, every single result you get that in the history tab. Now this is what they're trying to say. When you go back to this result now, get over here now. There is a place whereby you can get this. This is the probably fair. Now they try to tell you that what, first of all, they generate by the players that are playing. They randomly take out results from players. That means this is a player, this is a player, this is a player. That means as this particular game was 1.26, it's the calculation that was made from these three players over here, 1, 2, 3, that they use in getting this result of 1.26 odds. Now this is what a 38 odds. What they're trying to tell you is that it's a calculation made from 1, 2, 3 player, their seeds and all that they use in generating that. But to me, it's a very big lie. I don't believe any of those things that you're saying. It's a big lie. Everything that deals with betting is all gambling. So forget about problem. If that was the case, 1.0 should never exist. Imagine what multiplier would you get a 1.0? That means it's 1 times 1 times 1. And imagine having to have such an occurrence here, here, here. That is totally rigged. It's all rigged. So don't believe that. If you that you're now believing that it exists, it doesn't. It's rigged. So looking clearly at this right now, I would have loved to explain more about this probably fair setting, but I can't seem to find where I got. Yeah, this is it here. So what is probably fair? Now, they said Aviator is based on cryptographic technology called probably fair. This technology guarantees 100% fairness of game results. With this technology, it's impossible for any third party to interfere in the game process, which I don't agree to. How it works? Now, this is a quick explanation. Now, result of each round game flies away multiplier is not generated on our servers. It's generated with help of round players. Those are the players that are actively playing that time, and it's fully transparent. This way, it's impossible for anyone to manipulate game output. Also, anyone can check and confirm game fairness. That is to tell you that from each and every players, whenever any result comes out, they check it to know the fairness. But do you know the case right now? The case is that they do not tell you the fairness before the game, but after the game. That means they can manipulate it and put an end result to it. If you understand what I'm trying to say right now. Since before the start of the game, they do not put the fairness there. They don't put the players that they will be working with. All they have to do is to give you any result that they want. Then they send over the players that they use in generating that result at the end of the ticket. That is it. So more information. Round result is generated from four independent participants of the round, the game operator and first three bettors of that round. Do you understand this right now? So it's the first three people that staked in and they take out their seed and use it to what? Combine to get the result. Now, operator is generating server seed, random 16 symbols. Hashed version of the server seed is available publicly before the round starts. In user menu check. So, client seed is generated on the side of each player, and when round starts, first three bettors are participating in generating round result. That means it's the first three people that stake in that determines what you get for that game week. Now, when round starts, game merges server seed with three client seed. From merge symbol is generated. SHA, this is just their server seed, and from this hash game result. So this is how it's generated. This is their server seed here. Then the first person that staked, the second person that staked, then the third person that staked is what gives the what end result. That means once they merge it together now, they get what the result. Once they merge it together now, they get the result. So if the result of the three people that came together is times 50, that's what they will give you. Times 50 is what the multiplier will do. If it's times 100, times 100 is what the multiplier will do. If it's times 200, times 200 is what the multiplier will do. So right now, the major thing about this game and the system of staking is very simple. All you have to do is look for a period. Now you can see a 38 now, but looking at screen, you see something here. Something is happening. Right now, you can barely see this. I don't know what to call it. Let's call this a pink, a blue, and then a purple. You can see that in the whole of the screen, this pink is actually finding it difficult to appear. It's appearing lessly than others, telling you that in some time pink should be what? All over the screen, popping up and popping up and popping up. So what can you do right now? You can actually work in accordance to that. Like now we should be getting a pink. We just got one right now. We just got one. That means in some few time you should be seeing good results popping up on screens so much. That means this by in the next 20 rounds you might see this like 7 times or 6 times. Sometimes it happens that way. So all you can do is to what? Make an auto cash out. I want to go in now. Let me go in with 50 here, 50 here, another 50 here. Alright, then my auto cash out here will be, now you can see the same thing happened again. If I was earlier, I would have gotten some good cash by now. 1.90 here. I would have gotten some good cash by now. 1.90. That's how I stake. I just come in at intervals, then 4.30, and know when to stake. Now this is it. You saw it happen 2 times here. I'm auto staking right now. 2 times it has happened. As I told you, it will get to a time whereby you start seeing this appearing. Now, before you could see that in the whole of this round, you only had one. Now, as I told you, in the next 20, there's a possibility of seeing this like 7 times, a good 7 times. Now, the plane is away, but that's not the case. The case right now is that we know what we are staking for, and we are staking because of what we see on screen. We can see a whole long period whereby this was lagging, and surely it will start coming. As I told you, if you are playing this game, you play with strategy and strategy alone. So my auto cash out now is on 1.90 and should have cashed out by now. Next cash out is at 4.30. So except if it gets to 4.30, I lose the bet. So right now you can see this is lost. I stick on this. So what you have to do is to, if you are using auto cash out, you can leave your game, do whatever you are doing, come back to it, and then you find out that what it is still running and running and running. But always try to monitor. If you want to play this game now in an auto bet, first thing you should do is that the amount of money you want, you know you can lose, that's what you should put in number one. Then number two, make sure you come online frequently to monitor, to know when to stop for the period. Like when I come in now, you can see what I was talking about. This is a 1.00 and the plane flew away. So that happens. That happens. Alright, so looking at this 1.61, the plane is out again. Alright, let's get over to all bets. Now this is how people stake. You can see this person staking in 16,000, 10,000, 5,000, 4,000, and so on and so forth. These are risk takers, they are not bettors, they don't even know what they are doing. Now my first cash out has hit, my second cash out might not, it might, I don't know, it didn't. So whenever one cash out hit, it means that I was able to recover what I used on the 2 games. Now you can see people staking in right now. People are rather staking in 16,000, 10,000. Don't do all this. These are people that get out of the game so quickly. Now these are also people staking low, and some are staking high. Now let's watch this guy of 16,000 and this one of 10,000. How does their game go? Some of them take out their profit really fast, while some do not get lucky, and you can end up losing so much. This one has taken out his profit now at 1.70 odds. This guy of 16,007 is still holding on, and he has lost his bet. Now you can see he's not even in the game anymore, he's out of the game. So that's how it is. You just have to be careful while playing this. If not, you might end up going out too quick. So that's it right here, and I believe I will be ending this video right about now. Everything that should be stated has been stated, and all I just want to let you guys know is that if you are going into this, stay low, have a pattern. As I told you, if I was having to have played this by myself, I would have entered at a single position whereby I can stay in for a long time. Let's say like 15 minutes. I will just put my game on auto cash out. So with that being said, now I can actually tell you guys that all good and fine. If you want to play the game, it's alright. If you don't want to play the game, it's alright. But the major thing, stay low and also be conservative. Put in what you can afford to lose. Don't just take like a better, like you have so much to lose. Don't do that. Don't do that. So on the long run, it's all fine. But you can see this 5,000, 5,000, 3,000 thereabout. They make some good money. But the major thing, once the game goes against you, like let's say a period like this now. Look at a period like this, you will lose so much that you will be frustrated. Imagine this point at 1.20, 1.24, 1.10, 1.17, 1.12, 1.09, 1.03, 1.28, 1.91, and the rest. Anybody that was taking like 10,000 there would have been losing 10,000 consecutively until he's tired. It's very simple. So that's it. Very simple, very easy. I end my video right now. I believe we are to get a pink. A pink should be coming on right again. As I told you, yeah, we have a pink. Between this point where I was telling you about before this 13 came, in the next like 30 games, we might have this like 7. Right now we're having another one. This is a 25 times. This might even get to 50. We don't know. Might get to 100. We don't know. We can't say. But he got to 37 and he flew away. So that's it.